Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Bum, 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 bum,
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh my.
Oh my god, that vertical's fucking terrible.
Brother, this guy stinks!
How you doing, Salt?
Get your hand off my penis!
Huh. How you doing, Amizu? Well, that's going okay so far. All right, let's see. Let's see if you are. Did you? I mean, did you? I thought you were there for that day. How you doing, Carlos? Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Thank you, Amizu. I've been, yeah, I've been lurking your stream a lot. You've been streaming a lot recently. I'm trying that double stream, Amizu, on YouTube to vertical and horizontal, but it literally, I thought it would do some type of, like, recognition, but it literally just made this horrible. Hi, Sashi. But if you watch the VODs, you still get it. But I could have swore I thought, oh, my water's over there. How you doing, Aka? And, let me grab my water. Yeah, I saw that you went vertical. I don't know if you could see my vertical stream, but it literally just, like, it literally took it took, like, this side, like, this, oh, hold on. This side over on my palette, and, like, right here, it's, like, very, you know, it looks stupid as all hell. Let me grab my water. Huh. One second. Almost there. Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Hey, look at my desktop. I think to be able to stream both ways. It's just in the go live settings, Amizu. It was literally just one thing to say go vertical as well. Son of a bitch! So it just looks really stupid. Oh, hello. So the other way to do it, Omizu, is I think there's a more intricate way where I could stream two vertical independently and horizontal independently through OBS. I'm just skeptical of my internet. Oh yeah, water. God. I hated that. Maddie, why were you going off the walls on me earlier? You started it. I've had issues, and we have Google. You have Google Fiber. Well, Omizu, I'm sending out an independent stream to Twitch and to YouTube right now, and I've been able to do that fine. I don't have fiber, but so I don't know. Like the thing about what I'm doing through YouTube is like it with the automatic vertical. Sorry, it's going through YouTube, so I'm still just sending my stream normally to YouTube, and then YouTube is now mirroring it to their vertical. But why did you name yourself wrong earlier in Discord? Why would you compound the issue? Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Compound. Oh, there's that Maddie wit. Okay. All right. All right. So, who's here? Who's listening? Thank God. My shoes are too saturated with piss. They couldn't have held more. Yeah, I will too, Amise. I'll let you know. All right. So, I want some. I would like some input, if you're willing to give it, on this current lighting setup. So I turned my spotlight into warm, and it's on the front too, obviously, and then I have an independent light on that mask on the third one, right? Any thoughts? Any thoughts and or prayers? And also, this is probably closer. God damn. Any thoughts and or prayers on this? I'm trying to find like a similar angle. All right, any thoughts or prayers on this? I think Amanda made a good joke there. It's fine. It's fine. We don't want just fine. That is true. That is true, Amanda. Now, I've been trying to think. I've been busy the last few days, but I'm trying to think about what I want to do for that front mask. Because we could paint a different color. We could put a gel on those front two, so we could do colored light on the first two, or even just one of them. And I'm getting old. Son of a bitch, stoic. Did you get to 120, Sashi? I think the last one gets lost a bit. Why do you say that? Well, I don't care if it like it reads as a mask or not, Salt. I'll say that. I think it just needs to look off. You know what I mean? So like, so it's like the intention is not going for like a high realism on that, but like I don't mind it looking kind of just fucked up as like an aid to the kind of absurdity of this. Because this painting's name might be Stephen Miller and the St. James Trio. You like the upper mask? It looks disembodied and floating. Yeah. He does, doesn't he, Carlos? Rightish portion, like the hat and stuff. So I don't mind if there's some ambiguity there. I see it a little bit clearer than you do in real life, Amanda. But, like, I don't know if those forms are... Like, I don't mind if those blend into the shadows a little bit. You know? Now, like I said, I might add a form underneath it, like, to be like a body. You know what I mean? Like I was talking about something like a body, like, wearing, like, a cloak or something like that. You know, if I didn't... I could probably mount that mask to Plasticia's body and put the cloak over that, but that might be too high. Well, so if we're talking about lighting, like, you know, you see the shadow, and you can kind of see the aspect ratio right here, right, that I'm going for. So the question is, like, do we like the warm-cold contrast between them? Should I make the light colder? Like, should I match temperature of lighting? Or is that separation fine? I don't know, just kind of looking for generic thoughts and prayers. What it looked like cold? I could do, hold on. I'll do the extreme. I'll do, you know, very cold light. All right. Well, there's two light sources on it, Sean. Okay, so now that's with the colder light. Do, 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 do. You think you like the cold better? Should I go back to warm? It's so strong and direct it's overpowering any secondary light, the one I can see on my phone. Well, so the third mask does not share the same light as the front two, right? But the third light is just cold. It's just colder to neutral, I should say. It's like more neutral. But I have the range. I can go very warm to very cold. You prefer the warm light? You vote cool tones? Let's go back to warm. Everybody keep... Oh, you can look at the picture. You can look at here. Hold on. Okay. Do we need to do a poll? I think the warm helps with what helps is Stephen Miller. Art by committee. I want to hear opinions, Salt. Like the two masks in the front being warm, the cool, and the gesture in the background. I could probably... Gotcha, so. I could probably limit the light that goes on the front mask and go Stephen Miller warm and the other two colder. I could probably introduce a third light. A third light will hit the stream. I can't do that today, but, you know, I'll keep that in mind as I'm painting it. Okay. I also got to figure out a different mask, too. Mask holds, Miller warm. Yeah, I think that's a consensus we're getting. Okay. All right. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Yeah, right. Getting old. All right. Got ads starting. All right, let's get off paint, huh?
This man!
I was gonna make the painting feel washed out if you do the dark background, in my opinion. Possibly. I think it's just something I gotta be aware of while I'm doing it, Sean, right? Like, the big benefit is I could do this, I can make changes at any time, right? Because we're just doing the block in today. But that's why I'm trying to hear the opinions early and often. You know, well, that's what this is kind of right now, right, Omizu? Like, I went back to warm, right? I think the warm glows a bit more. I think the warm has a stronger visual effect. And this allows me to kind of go more aggressively into blues in the upper left, I think. But that's the question, is if I keep that mask, like, if I keep the mask the same form, I could spray paint that front mask. Like, so other things I can do, like, so I can introduce, like I said, a third light for the front mask, but I could also paint the mask another color. I could put a gel over one of the lights as well. You know, I could color the light itself. Sean, it would probably be a strong light from above or below that doesn't hit the background, so I keep that shadow, right? I am trying to keep some semblance of a shadow there. So I can, you know, paint it in so we have something to break up the black void. You know? But stuff to think about, right? Yeah, I'm getting I watched some Neil Young live performance of a couple songs, and boy, are those songs good. Heart of Gold and Old Man. Well, I kind of am already, Omizu, but what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting? All right, so let's get the paints out. Oh, so yeah, we don't need oleo gel today, but you know, this is what I bought. So this can $60 for this. 16 fluid ounces. So now for age refined linseed oil for 16 ounces from the good, like the best one that I've encountered, this Rublev kind, this was $18, $17 for this amount of oil, which should theoretically fill this out with like, and I don't need to use a lot of silica, like fumed silica it's called. So like I think I could make this tub for $20. That's with using retail oil price, right? Yeah, so if anybody wants oleo gel, I'll sell it to you for a much better price. Much better price. Because I don't even need to apply heat, apparently. I trust Zorn and the like with interior lighting void of skylight or windows. Oh, you trust Zorn, but you wouldn't trust me? Sean? God, Red's getting on everything. That is, like, yeah, like, physically that is the case, Omizu, right? What am I missing? Blue, blue, red, red, yellow. I'm missing my tit white, or lead white. I'm missing my lead white. Okay. I could put out some black as well. Let's avoid using black on this block-in for reasons. He's my number 2, Sean. He's my number 2. All right. Our controversial palette for today is, everybody, very controversial. I mean, for me, it's just overall. Extremely controversial. Titanium white, lead white, bismuth anodate yellow lemon, pyrrole red, quinacridone magenta, ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, and bointumba. Tits reporting in El Capitan. 2 vertical. So one thing we talked about, Amizu, that I like the idea of, but once again, I'm open to hearing opinions on this, is that we wanted to ensure all the masks were facing the same way. Because remember, this was a dick tip with the previous, or part of a triptych, or dick trips of the previous painting, and then another one with Kevin in there, right? So we wanted to make sure that, like, I angled them so that they were facing the previous painting and the ass grabbing. You know what I'm saying? That's way too much white. I wanna live. It's a good color. It's a really good color, Sean. It just straight up is. I've been very satisfied with the bismuth yellows and everyone that I've used. So, like, basically, Sean, there's a bismuth yellow for lemon. Essentially, there's a cad yellow light, and cad yellow lemon. Same colors as bismuth. But the bismuths are cheaper. And especially if you're making your paints, it's safer, right? Obviously, through ingestion, it's no different, but... I wanna live. Keep me so. Well, the brands that do make it charge a lot for bismuth, Sean, but I'll tell you this, it's because they overcharge for yellows. And secondarily, it's stronger than the equivalent CADs. You get what I'm saying, Sean? But when I bought CAD yellow light from, that was too much. From Williamsburg, it was cheaper than cadmiums. When I bought it. But I've made it, and having make it from pigments, bismuths are significantly cheaper. Well, I mean, the opacity benefit in acrylics will be better, Sean. In oil paint, I'm coming from oil paints. Have you, Stoic? Yeah. He's fucking great. He's one of, like, the few principled musicians. Yeah, I'm just saying, as a whole, acrylic... Sean, acrylic is like 50%, at least 50% binder. That's what I'm talking about, that difference. So just inherently by using acrylic, it's less pigmented. You get what I'm saying? Okay. I wanna live. Didn't want this. Wrong thing. Look. Nova color, not golden. Fucking A. God damn it. Of course I dropped the fucking cap in a spot. That's really inconvenient. I'll do it after stream. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with, like, the differences. I can only attest to what I know the differences, right, between acrylic and, that was probably too much. I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know. That would surprise me if they are massively. Oh my god, Pickles! Pickles, you actually might have removed all my oily points. How you doing, Pickles? I gotta check my oily points now. And I'm getting home. Okay. Too far. Pickles, you just destroyed the oily point economy. I gotta now tax everybody. I gotta tax everybody oily points now. I'm going to have to take 90% of everybody's oily points to make up for this deficit. Well, so, Sean, all right, Sean, do you want me to... do you want me to ask you the question? Do you want me to ask you the question, Sean? You know what? Maybe I could just... I won't hesitate, Sean, to ask you the question. The question is, how do you know that they're similar quality? We're going to have to tax everybody 90% of their oily points because of pickles. I'm gonna ask everybody that, Pickles. Carlos, I'm gonna have to tax that point. Okay. I'm always orange, Pickles. How you doing, Jumer? By the way, I saw Catherine. Sorry, Catherine, hi. Sorry if I didn't say hi when I saw you earlier. Well, I will say there's a really big caveat to that, Sean. With acrylics. There's a big caveat to that. And that is, there is a difference between the types of binders. And I did read that in a paper about acrylics when I was researching that recently. But companies won't tell you what their binders are exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. Did they, Drez? Drez, how would you compare Golden to Nova, acrylics-wise? Sean is claiming Golden's is overpriced. I don't know the details of price on it and stuff like that. But I also want him to defend his want them to defend their statement. You haven't used Nova? And Sean, that's nothing against you. I just want people to be able to articulate their defense. Not heavy-bodied. Okay. What company owns Sean, do you know what company, or Drez, do you know what company owns Nova? Or are they just like an independent company? Do you, Drez? Okay. Muralist? Okay. Nova is independent? Okay. Okay. So we're doing something a little bit new. I added just straight stand oil to the colors that could dry matte for a few reasons, but burnt umber, phthalo blue, quinacridone magenta, and pyrrole red. And then I just using oil, so I'm not gonna use any additional oil initially, but stand oil is really good on your base foundational layer of the painting, especially. Gotcha, Drez. Interesting. I've heard of Nova before, Sean. I've heard of other people reference it. Well, we were talking about that. Oh, so Sean, Drez knows acrylics pretty well. And so he said that they listed as transparent, which means that they're underpigmenting their yellow quite a bit. Because it's not, bismuth is not a transparent. It's like, it's not fully opaque. It's less opaque than cadmiums, but it's not far off. Yeah, bismuth specifically. Interesting, Sean. Okay. Good to know. That's the same thing terminology-wise, Sean. Like, what is the difference between that phrasing? All right, we can finally start putting paint on a canvas, everybody. That's a good one. I just saw, like, it was like OG performances from the 70s Stoic of Heart of Gold and Old Man. Those are probably my two favorite songs of Neil Young's. Interesting. I did not know that, Drez. Sean, I just don't think there is a actual inherent difference between calling it translucent and transparent. There's no defined difference between those two. Like, there is definitely between opaque and transparent or translucent. That does not. I'll say. All right, Sean. I'll say this. I have in everything I've seen, I have never seen that. I've seen opaque, semi-transparent, and transparent listed. I've never seen translucent listed, nor as part of like a like defined step of difference. So maybe there are companies that do, but it's not something this is exactly what my experience is. Never seen that. Okay. All right, should we start getting paint on here? Yeah, I'm just saying is that's not. I don't think it is. I don't like. Can you show me anywhere else it is used, Sean? About Golden's binder. Thank you, Drez. Okay. Oh god, I opened this up and then closed it again. What the fuck? And I'm getting old. Okay. All right, I'm doing this by eye. Gotcha, Drez. Yeah, I'll, thank you for doing that. I'll take a look after stream. Question is that the angle I want? Probably somewhere around there. Sitting really far away from my painting. Done. Who wants it? Only $3 billion. All right, Sean. I'll take a look. But is it referring to industry standards for paint, Sean? All right, Stoic. So you want it for $3 billion? All right, fine. I'll add a little bit more. $100 trillion done. I'll take a $50,000 advance to know that you're serious. I wanna live. All right, good, Stoic. But make sure you buy another one afterwards, because you know we have to support Elon. You know, obviously, as a very pro AI, pro Elon channel, that, you know, everybody watching obviously is too. Obviously. Right? Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Getting old. Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about like industry calls it transparent, right? That's the industry term. I think like at best we're referring to a simple semantical difference that when they're both understood it'd be the same thing. Right? Like is there a standard industry standard difference between the two terminology? And that's what I was talking about is I have never seen that. Well, like, you know, I have not seen a company say that like translucent means something different than transparent. I have never seen that. What video, Mizu? I wanna live. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I haven't watched it yet. And I'm getting old. All right. Keep me searching for heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Boo doo doo boo. Mm-hmm. Did I make that too small? Might have made that too small already. Do I have a tape measure? Mayhaps, yes. Yeah, that's too. It's too small. Doobie 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 da bum. Boom 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 boom. God, this vertical looks like shit. I probably shouldn't even have the vertical on right now, but we'll see. No, I'm seeing it on my YouTube in my studio section, Omizu. It's showing me what the I think it has to be through Reels or that area, Omizu. Move this man! No! Stop it! I don't deserve this.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You stink. Son of a bitch! Did it? What made it broke or break?
Get your hand off my penis!
That's not my hand. I am, Maddie. I'm just trying to get like spacing correct here. We don't know. All we know is we weren't allowed to pack stuff because one of our internet services, not Chime, was down. Interesting.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You stink, Mud. How you doing? Doing all right. Just finished up dinner, working on getting my expenses of the year put together. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I got to do my taxes soon. I got a really weird. I'm gonna have a really weird tax return this year. But yeah, I'm doing well, Mud. What'd you have for dinner? I'm not actually sure that's true, Todd. I wouldn't count on that being true, Todd. So if your car was required by your work to do the job, then yes. But I have not heard that in the past, that anything outside of that you could deduct your car or like gas and stuff like that. Not that I've heard, Todd. Chicken shawarma sandwich. Oh, that sounds great. Gotcha. All I know is I'm going to deduct my private plane, Todd. I'm going to deduct my private plane because I can now, obviously. Because that's the world we live in, okay? My private plane, fully deductible. And all of my, yeah, all of the billions of dollars, yep. Yep. I'm going to deduct my island, the island that I named St. Elmo's Fire. I gave all my family token jobs, put them on the board of my badly made paint company and give them salary so I can deduct all of that. This is an acrylic primer, almost definitely. When I'm buying canvas in the future, it is going to be oil ground though, Sean. Oh my God, Kaylan! We're gonna go aggressive with this. How are you, Kaylin? And how's the mythical land of Australia? Meh. I have not personally noticed the difference with that, Sean. I mean, there's obviously some scenarios where I feel like my paint is not flowing as well, but that's something that just doesn't bother me that much once I get paint on the canvas, because once I have a layer of paint on there, then I just just roll with it. Getting ready for a birthday party. I'll have to leave stream. Nope, no leaving. There's a no leaving there's a no leaving clause here. Guards, get her! Shoot! Shoot now!
Grab the children!
No, Sean, it's just like, it's something that just I don't think about ever. So point being is it's not something that like, okay, it's just like I just need to get I'm focusing on like just getting the paint on there. So it's like it's not something I consider as a reason or and once again not like something that like comes to my mind as something that bothers me, right? I wanna live. Nope, nope, nope. Get them, guards! Mud, Pickles, get the riot gear. Kaylin can't leave. Maddie, riot gear. Oh my god! Sashi. You fools. I've been murdered thousands of times. I respawn immediately. I mean, that doesn't look good, but this is just a block-in. I'm getting on. Welcome back. We've successfully recaptured Kaylan. They are watching the stream currently. How you doing, Odorous? Don't worry, the tariff checks are in the mail, everybody. Our God Emperor, our gracious God Emperor is having Russia send the tariff refunds, okay? Our God Emperor loves all of us. Okay? Loves, all right, sorry. Loves you if you're white. And are evil. No, they're gonna keep that money, Sashi. And he says he's gonna still do tariffs, and then, you know, because our Republican-controlled Congress and government is not gonna probably do anything to punish him for blatantly breaking constitutionally ruled law. We're probably not gonna see any changes immediately because we're in the middle of a constitution. We're most likely in the middle of a constitutional crisis. Right now, with him refusing essentially the Supreme Court ruling, we are in a constitutional crisis as a country. Because you know what could happen after this? If the president doesn't have to follow those rules, why do states have to follow abortion rulings from the, you know, from their own states' constitutions or from higher up precedents? States could theoretically just make like if constitutional rulings don't count, we can make interracial marriage illegal. Gay marriage could be illegal again. Yeah, right, Odorous? Turnip's Board of Peace needs your donations. Yeah. Well, it's a little bit different than that, Sashi. Because the president wanted that to happen, he was technically following constitutional law, right? In this case, the Supreme Court went against what Trump was doing, okay? And so he was actually listening. The main problem is in the whole design of our government is checks and balances, right? The president can veto Congress, but Congress can overrule him. Supreme Court, right? Executive, judicial, legislative, right? So judges can interpret law or claim stuff to be unconstitutional. Congress can make it into law, can be challenged again. President can veto. Blah, 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 right? But when one of those stops recognizing the authority of the other, we got a huge problem. We have a humongous problem. And because Republicans just won't fucking recognize that fact and grow a spine. Same with Democrats. It's not the same with Democrats, but Democrats need to be just going crazy right now, more so. I'm talking about legislators, mind you. No, Sashi, I think you're conflating that. There is another ruling that that I believe Clarence Thomas, who is in an interracial marriage, brought up about revisiting the Supreme Court ruling on interracial marriage. I think that's what you might be remembering. There was a Supreme Court member who, after they overturned Roe v. Wade, talked about literally the interracial, the ruling about revisiting older rulings like that to overturn them, to the horror of everybody. Well, good, Kaylin, because yeah, you got a long stream ahead of you to watch. We're painting. We're painting. Oh yeah, I was bitching about Trump. There was a Supreme Court ruling against Trump today that he's probably going to ignore, and it's going to throw our country into a constitutional crisis. And no, the SAVE Act is even worse. But this was about tariffs. I know. No, this is what you wanted all along, isn't it, Amanda? Oh my god. I knew it. You want this world to become a dystopia for your sick fantasies. For your new book, Heated Dystopia. Everybody go read Amanda's new book, New York Times bestseller, Heated Dystopia. Cheese it, the fuzz. Everyone go read Amanda's new New York Times bestseller, Heated Dystopia. I'm shocked that they went with that name. Mud, how was it? I bet you've already read it. I haven't yet. I might. But as of right now, I don't have any. I watched a really awesome documentary, art documentary yesterday or 2 days ago. I think I will, Mud, eventually, but I don't, like I said, don't have any plans right now. But I do have an awesome documentary recommend for everybody. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready to write this down? We'll actually start off with the trivia. We'll start off with a trivia. Who's ready for a trivia question? All right. The question is, the world's largest art heist, world history's largest art heist, took place at what museum? You get bonus points. We're talking about a heist, not... Emilio, keep your mouth shut on this one. The world's largest art heist took place at what museum in what city? How many items were taken? And you'll get bonus points if you name any of the specific items taken. And how many items are taken. I'll give bonus points for all of this. Pétion, no. And the year, I'll also give bonus points for a year that this took place in. And it is the most valuable art heist of all time as far as amount of money of stuff taken. Nope. Because this one is unsolved, mind you. They have not recovered any of the pieces from this heist. So, name a specific museum, year, city it took place in, amount of pieces taken, approximate value, modern value of the pieces taken. I'll give you a couple minutes for anybody to name any of these things. And I'll start revealing the answers. The Louvre? Nope, not the Louvre. British Museums of Natural History? Nope. Probably in Europe. I'm not going to give any hints. Nope. I need exact year, Odorous. We'll give it a few more minutes. Keep me searching for... 2018? Nope. Heart of gold. Boom, boom. And I'm getting old. 2017, nope. I don't know if you are. If you do. I'll give a hint that a solid portion of us were alive when it happened. One hint I'll give. It's really good. Omizu, I'm gonna reveal it, so keep on paying attention. All right, I'm just gonna reveal it. There is a documentary on Netflix called This Is a Robbery about the art heist in 1990. It was 90 or 91, but I think 1990, at the Isabella Gardner Museum in Boston, where the modern value of 13 pieces stolen was approximately $500 million. 2 Rembrandts, 1 Vermeer, a Ming vase, a Manet. There was a couple other older ones. They were the Rembrandts and Vermeer were literally cut out of their frames, and they've never been recovered. The artwork has never been recovered. The documentary is fantastic and goes over the details on the investigation and everything. It's 4 episodes of 50 minutes, and it's really worth a watch. It is, to this day, though, the highest. At the time, it was valued at $200 million. But frankly, there's one of the Rembrandts was extremely unique. It was called Jesus on the Sea of Galilee. It was his only seascape he's ever done. It was prior to his impressionist switch. But highly, it's a very entertaining documentary. Really worth your time. There was a Degas drawing, at least one Degas drawing, and maybe a Degas painting as well, Omizu. Or did it say 5 Degas? There was 13 items in total taken. 13. Godna. Yeah, the Manet I mentioned. There was a Rembrandt drawing as well. There was a Napoleon flag decoration. I forget what this is called. That was taken. But the paintings were the very valuable shit. God, now. But highly recommend the documentary. Cast in a Daydream, my sister recommended it to me, and it was well worth a watch. You'll watch them pretty much immediately, one after right the other. So. But also, if you don't know about the Godna Museum, it is probably the most beautiful museum I have seen in video, or in pictures. It looks because it was like a home slash museum built. I mean, is built to be a museum, but by an eccentric person who designed it to be this kind of Victorian style museum. Just fucking beautiful. And I'm getting on. Might need to bring this down. I wanna live. Do do boo boo. I wanna live. Ugh. Shoulders hurting. By the way, what do we think of this name of this painting, everybody? I need to hear everybody's thoughts and prayers on this name of this painting. I was thinking of naming it Stephen Miller and the St. James Trio. What do we think about that? It's a painting, Penman. This is what we call in the biz a painting. An oil painting. What do we think of that? Stephen Miller and the St. James Trio. Good, you like that one? Okay. Do you know what it's referencing at least, Pickles? The butt one's name, I was just thinking to call it Stephen Miller #1. Little St. James was Epstein, the name of Epstein's Island. But yes, okay, all right, good. Oh. Keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. So that's not proportionally correct now that I've made some changes. Shit. That's annoying. Do do boo boo. I'm getting too red. Too high. Oh my god! Upside down. What are we talking about? Major League 2. I know the Major League 2 reference. Sorry, I realized I made a Major League 2 reference and then you were following it up with the upside down. Odorous, olfactory. Yeah. Sorry, you were referencing the hilarious commercial. God, I love that movie. You did everything, Odorous. Mud, because you kind of had a baseball family too, right? So I imagine you probably saw Major League 1 and 2 a decent amount. Big time, yeah. I watched that. I saw that movie so many times growing up, or movies. Baseball and hockey, yeah. My family watched professional baseball, and that was just a movie that was on all the time. Or I'd say we had some, like, you know, between cousins and everything like that, we followed like Cubs White Sox stuff. And Mud, what's your professional hockey team? Is it the Senators? Oh yeah, I forgot your Philly connection. Forgot about that. Or no, the Capitals. I was gonna say I meant the Capitals, not the Senators. The Senators are Ottawa. I meant it's the Washington Capitals, right? Or yeah. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blackhawks. San Jose Sharks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You stink! Grew up in the true Philly burbs, so yeah, big time Philly. Okay. You know, frankly, Philadelphia has been one of the better sports cities to be a fan of for probably the past 30 years. Eagles, Phillies, the Flyers have been good. I guess the 76ers have probably been the worst of it. You're a Charlestown Chief fan? But the 76ers did have Iverson. Like, they had some exciting times still. Yeah. But, like, the 76ers, though, had some reasons to be excited about in recent memory. Oh, that is a slap shot. I was trying to think what the Charleston Chiefs are. Yeah. Well, even recently with Embiid, Mud, but then Embiid would get hurt and then their season would be done. And they had all those #1 picks.
Freeze!
Bros. But yeah. So like, Mud, I had a ton of cousins. Coincidentally, though, my cousins didn't play the same. My cousins who like followed every sport, but there was a water polo family, so they all played water polo. Like they were, I almost my cousins on my dad's side, there was a family of 6 boys. One of them was almost an Olympian for water polo. Yep. And then like 3 of them won Illinois water polo player of the year in high school, and 4 of them played D1 water polo for Iona. Like 4 of them went to, or is it 3? Sorry, 3 of them. No, 4 of them went to Iona. 3 of them played. And were like good, you know. But it's because they weren't allowed to play football, I believe. Which is probably smart. Yeah. Yeah. As the one who did play football, we can all see the... All right. Here, you know what, everybody? I'm starting my don't play football because look at me phase, okay? I am the reason you shouldn't play football or let your children or relatives play football, all right? Do you want them to end up like this? Is this how you want them to end up? Oh, God, no! Played football from first grade to senior year of high school. Played rugby for 6 years. Well, Amanda, my dad was one of 9. So I have a lot of cousins, and I was one of 5. I have 3 older sisters and an older brother. Jesus! You had everything going for you, and you still ended up like this? Shut up! I'm spectacular. How dare you? Apparently, Odorous. It's Polish. It's Polish. Polish Catholic. One of 2. My aunt only had 1 kid. Well, so my mom was one of 2, and my aunt on my mom's side didn't have kids. So it's all from my dad's side. My mom is one of 5. I'm one of 4. Yep. Well, so on my dad's side, that family of 6 boys have what? 2, 4, 4, 2. They're up to 13 grandchildren, I think. 13. Wait, no. 16. 16. Between those 6 boys. We're going to 5. My mom was. Yep, same, Mud. Well, and also the other odd thing about my family is we would have family parties at probably on average during the year once every 3 weeks, where I would see all my cousins and stuff like that. Like, we would have a family party on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. We'd, have one every month for birthdays and then, like, other holidays. So it's like, and everybody would just, yeah. We had a standing graduation party every year, like at a community center, because we always had like 6 to 7 graduations between high school, college, middle school. Name Chris, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, that was always the weird thing, Mud, is that I talk with people who are like, oh yeah, like we see our cousins only on Christmas. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm going to see my cousins on Tuesday. Like, that's not even counting, like, we would always, like, tailgate a baseball game or something at least once a year, sometimes twice. Shit like that. Well, Amanda, I'm not saying yours isn't. It's just like how different everybody's experience was with that, right? Like I said, my one of my best friends growing up, they would see their cousins. They probably had like 7 or 8 cousins, but they'd only see them on Christmas every year. And me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. A good chat, it's not uncommon for us to majority times of the year, just not all together. Yeah. I don't have a group chat with my cousins, but, you know, I'll text with them, you know, and hang out with them independently and stuff like that, but there's just so many of us spread around now, and they have their own kids and shit. Yeah, I only knew 2 of my grandparents, and one of them died while I was young, but I wasn't like, I think I was 8 at the time. And then my other grandparent that I knew died when I was 13. Yeah, it's kind of what it's like with my family now. Hell, my first cousin who had kids now those kids are in college. Oh, wow, 97? Wow. It's a good life. A nice long life. Need a little bit more yellow. I did have a great grandma that actually lived till I think I was in high school. Then my great grandma was fun at parties. He was almost denied citizenship because he wouldn't do bootlegging. Interesting. I had a step grandpa who apparently was fairly famous in Poland. Mud, you'd like this actually. My step-grandpa apparently was an Olympic skier for Poland, and apparently he was high up in the Polish military during World War II. Grandma left and she's going to be 86, I think. Yeah. My grandpa who passed away was 82 or 83. One of my grandpas and my grandma on my mom's side died when I was young from cancer, and my grandfather on my dad's side died from cancer before I was born. No. Oh shit. Sorry, Omizu. Lead white privilege? Oh my god. I guess lead white is kind of a privilege, isn't it? Well, my great grandma made it to... God, she was born in 1910. I think she was like in her mid-90s when she passed. She stuck around for a while. She was responsible for one of the most creepy visions I've ever seen in my life, where we went to a Polish restaurant with her and she ordered duck blood soup. It's really, really creepy looking. You know, that color is like more right than I expected it to be. Have a good one, Amanda. We're actually probably not going to be going that much longer. I kind of did this. I think we're at a pretty good start, everybody. How are we feeling about this blocking, everybody, position-wise? Yeah. Needs more blocks? I thought you were going to say needs more cubes. Where's the green man? It's in your head, Pickles. I haven't painted enough recently, but I've been doing a lot of other work, so Blockism. But I'll definitely, I probably won't paint tomorrow, but because I'd want this to dry a little bit more. But come back to this on Sunday. We'll just reinforce some of these areas that got a little bit too oily. Keep me searching for heart of gold. Might as well use up the paints too. And I'm getting old. Okay. Think we're calling it. Just a few more. But I don't have much reason to continue on until I can start finishing shit. Okay, cool. Fuck it, let's clean it up. Short session. I know we've had 2 kind of short sessions, but I've been doing a lot of other shit this week. I got more shit to do tonight, but I think we're in a good spot. I have to say the drama mask is growing on me a little bit. We might add some... Son of a bitch, Maddie! I might leave it as the drama mask. I have to say I don't mind how it looks right now, but I might paint it a color. I do need to add like the bodies for at least the mask in the back. And I want to figure out this vertical shit for YouTube. I need to push for the 1,000 subs on YouTube. So if anybody can force their family members to sub to me on YouTube, it would be greatly appreciated. Preferably against their will. But I'm hoping that streaming vertical will help. I mean, I have the most concurrent viewers I've ever seen on YouTube right now. Without, like, trying to juice it up. We're at 14 viewers on YouTube right now, everybody. If you are watching on YouTube, sub to me now. I'll fix the vertical soon. By next stream. But if you have the availability to just lurk the YouTube and watch Twitch, I would greatly appreciate that too. We need to game the system. What if we aren't watching? Oh my god! Claire, you have to be watching on YouTube. I do need to release videos more commonly on YouTube, though. It's just, video editing is such a pain in the ass, and it's something that, like, I don't get enthusiastic to do. It always takes me more time than it should. You don't even like art? Okay, Claire. You don't like it, you love it. Good, Omizu. I mean, I like Claire too. All right. By the way, we are done with clearance ham. We are done with clearance ham. Thank you, Omizu. We are on to basically birria pork. Birria style pork that I made today. And rice and beans. I have an avocado that I'm going to make guacamole with. Homemade salsa. It was good. I had one meal of it so far. But I probably got a solid 6 days of it ahead of me. 5 or 6 days. An avocado. Obrigado. All right, time for this. I'm going to try and make sure the verticals can see this too. All right, you sick bastards. What everybody is here watching for. The wiping of the D, which is going to be an Olympic event soon, everybody. The wiping of the D is going to be an Olympic event. It's going to be the first winter and summer Olympic event. D wiping. Oh my God. Jesus. This is disgusting. Can you add extra sounds this time to the stream? You want more sounds on the stream? Sound bites? I actually found a sound bite that I need to add. More moisture. Oh my God. It's so moist. And it burns a little. That's how you know it works. So moist. All right. Cool. All right, let's find somebody to raid. Chaz. Wheeler's still on? Oh, wow, I finished early. Wheeler's probably just ending, though. Can't raid Bob Ross. Nixt is on. Ceza. He just raided out. Who'd he raid? Okay, I don't know them. All right. I haven't rated the Nixt. I think I've rated Ceza before. Have a good one, Omizu. Let's raid... Can't raid Bob Ross. Oh, Paleo Stream is on too. Princess PJs is on too. Oh, Lady A's on. I haven't gotten to raid Lady A in a long time. Never mind. Okay. Nini, everybody. Claire, Chow, Omizu, Maddie, MADDY, Maddie, Penman, Mud, Salt. Fuck me, fuck you. We're rating Lady A. Don't forget to force your families to subscribe to my YouTube. It's very important. Other than that, not much else going on. So next stream will probably be Sunday, everybody. Possibly tomorrow, but I think I'm going to give this an extra day. So we're going to say Sunday as of right now. Okay? Till then, Greenbag, I'll see you in hell. And, yeah. Have a great one. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.